When Sanat Kumara said this, so now Narada is the disciple. When he approaches duly and makes a request, he has become disciple, and the guru or the teacher asked him to reveal to him what all he knows, and so Narada started telling. Sahovacha Rugvedam Bhagavo Adhyemi. Said Narada, I know Rugveda. Yajurvedam, I know Yajurveda. Samavedam, I know Samaveda. Atharvanam, I know the Atharvaveda. Chaturtham, so all the four Vedas I know. It's not an ordinary thing. All we know, after all these years of chanting and chanting, it's just a few things, few stotras and few suktas, that's all we know. Vedas, 100,000 verses are there, 100,000 mantras are there in the Vedas. All that he knew. Itihasa Puranam. Itihasa is what? Ramayana, 24,000 verses. Then Panchamam means Mahabharata, 100,000 verses. Puranam, 18 Puranas, thousands and thousands of verses. Vayu Purana has 55,000 verses. And Bhagavad Purana has 18,000 verses. And then Ganesha Purana has thousands of verses. Vedanam Vedam, then Vyakaranam. He knew also the grammar. Pityam, Rashim, Daivam, Nidhim, Vako Vakyam, Ekayanam, Deva Vidya, all kinds of things. He knew what? Pityam, Shraddha Kalpam. He knew the whole scripture which tells us how to perform Shraddha, etc. Rashim Ganitam. He knew what? Mathematics, whatever. Daivam Utpada Vijnanam. He knew also all the omens and everything else, So good omens and that whole Shastra dealing with the omens, etc. Nidhim Mahakaladi Nidhi Shastram. Then he also knew. Nidhi means the treasures. How to find those treasures. About that also he knew. Vako Vakyam Tarka Shastram. He knew the Nyaya, the Tarka Shastra. Ekayanam Niti Shastram. He knew the Niti Shastra, meaning the scripture dealing with all the code of conduct. Deva Vidyam, Brahma Vidyam, Bhuta Vidyam, Deva Vidyam. Meaning, so Vedatrayasya Vidyam. Then the Vidya of the Devatas. Then Brahma Vidya. Brahma Vidya is the knowledge of Brahma, or the Vedas, meaning all the Vedangas. Bhuta Vidya. Vidya pertaining to Bhuta, meaning the elements, Bhautika Shastra, physics. Kshatriya Vidya, meaning archery and the weaponry. Nakshatra Vidya, meaning the astrology and astronomy. Sarpadeva Jana Vidyam, Sarpa Vidyam, meaning how to, the knowledge pertaining to snakes and how to control them. Deva Jana Vidyam, meaning Gandharva. So he knew the music and the dance and all of this also. So all of these, he says, I know all of this. This is Vidya, he knew. But there was nothing that he did not know. All these Vidya or the knowledges he had. Oh, then you are omniscient, you know everything. That means that you must be really a fulfilled person. What else do you need to know? You seem to know everything and therefore you must be totally happy. Then what does Narada say? Soham Bhagavaha Mantra Videva Asmi, Mantra Videva Asmi. Says, I such as that who is all knowing, who is such so learned, Mantra Videva Asmi. Even though knowing all of this, I only know the mantra, I know all the words, I know all the rituals, but I do not know the purport of all this. Na Atmavita. I am not Atmavit, I am not the knower of the self. I am the knower of the scriptures and the words and what they have to say and everything I know. But still, I do not know the self. Doesn't matter. Suppose you don't know the self, so what's the big deal about it? It says, so, because where is the use, what's the use of this knowledge of self? Then Narada says, Shrutam heva me bhagavad drishebhya tardishokam atmavidyate. Shrutam, because I have heard this. Tardishokam atmavid. From sages such as you I have heard that the knower of the self crosses the grief. The knower of the self becomes free from all the grief. This is what I have heard from sages such as you. Doesn't matter. The knower of the self will cross the grief, become free from the grief. Why do you have to worry? You don't have any grief. He says, no. Soham bhagava shochami. Even though I am so learned, I am grieving. Tamma bhagavan chokasya param tarato iti. And revered sir, please enable me to cross this ocean of grief. So this is how the dialogue between Sanat Kumara and Narada begins. A very famous dialogue. Soham bhagavat shochami, tammam bhagavan shokasya param tarayatu. Soham, that I, the I who is that so learned as I am, even then I am grieving. And he was, because his learning actually made him understand what he did not know. The knowledge and learning in fact make us very sensitive people. Sensitive to our own self. That's the reason why knowledge always brings about humility. Because knowledge really makes me sensitive about my own self, and I realize what I do not know, what all I do not know. Or when I become sensitive about myself, then I realize also what my limitations are, or what is happening to me. People are not sensitive to their own self, they don't even know what is happening to them. That there is a problem or there is some difficulty within that we do not know. But Narada was so sensitive, and therefore he said that in spite of knowing all this, still my sense of incompleteness or sense of inadequacy has not gone. How come it has not gone? I am still grieving. I have heard from sages like you, because you must have been meeting many and talking to them. I have heard from them that only the knower of the self, one who knows the self, alone becomes free from the grief. And I know that I do not know the self. In spite of knowing all these branches of knowledge and knowing all these scriptures also, I haven't really gained the knowledge of the purport of this. I know the words all right, but I do not know what the words communicate ultimately. This is how, very frankly, Sage Narada reports and presents himself to Sanat Kumara. Then Sanat Kumara proceeds to teach him that Bhuma means Brahma, the limitless, the abundant, and that's the knowledge that Sanat Kumara gives him. So I thought that we should share with you this initial dialogue between Sanat Kumara and Narada. This question is asked here. Nanu. So Narada Puranahi saha vartandeti sapuranaha panchavedaha tan vividhani shastrani. So Narada knew all the Vedas, knew Mahabharata, knew all other branches of knowledge. Viditvapi atmajnana rahitattvena. Since he was devoid of the knowledge of the self, atishayena shokam praptaha. And therefore he came to a great, deep grief, because he realized that he still does not know what really has to be known. And that's the reason why Narada was grieving. That's the reason why he approached Sanat Kumara. That's why he became the disciple, because he wanted to become free from this unhappiness. Then there is a question here. Nanu Veda Shastra Vishayaka Jnanasya Shoka Nivartakatvena Prasiddhasya Kasam Adishoka Hetutvam. Says that this knowledge of the Veda and all the scriptures, Shoka Nivartakatvena Prasiddhasya, it is well known that the knowledge of the scriptures should actually make one free from all the shoka, all the grief. That's the reason why we listen to this Purana, the Bhagavata Purana and the Ramayana, and all of these we are listening to and studying. What for? It is well known that when we study the scriptures, then we become free from grief. It is well known. How come, in spite of having known all of this, how come even this very knowledge, Prasiddhasya Katham Adishoka Hedutvam, when Narada had all this knowledge, how come still he was grieving? Then the 19th verse very interestingly explains. So in this manner, this text also explains those mantras from the Upanishad. So here the author gives a reason as to why, in spite of all the knowledge, this person was grieving. Says the 19th verse. Vedabhyasat puratapa Vedabhyasat puratapa Trayamatrena shokita Trayamatrena shokita Paschat Paschattvabhyasa vismara Bhanga garvaischa shokita Bhanga garvaischa shokita. Says, look, Vedabhyasat pura tapatraya matrena shokita. Before the study of the Vedas, before the study of the scriptures, everybody is unhappy naturally. Because you don't know what this life is all about. People plunge into life all right without knowing what the life is all about, and therefore they always get banging all along, and therefore there is this tapatraya, adhyatmika, adhibhautika, adhidevika. There is unhappiness arising from one's own self, arising from not knowing how to relate with the other environment, and also arising from the cosmic forces. And therefore, shoka hasyasti shoki. One who has shoka or grief is called shoki. Tasya bhavaha shokita. So the state of grief is there before the study of the scriptures naturally, because one doesn't know about the life. Having studied all the texts, then what? Paschattu abhyasa vismara bhanga garvaisya shokita. The study of the scriptures involves also a lot of pain, It's not easy to. So day and night you have to study and keep on repeating the Vedas and memorizing them. All of that also involves a lot of tapa. Meaning all of that also involves a lot of exertion. So in the process of study also there is exertion, and therefore there is unhappiness. Then what? Vismara abhyasa pathadi avartanam Vismara pathitasya vismaranam. First of all, with a tremendous amount of exertion, I memorize things. That memorizing is day in and day and every morning keep on repeat and finally you remember. So that has given a lot of pain. Then vismaraha pathitasya vismaranam. And then if I stop repeating that, I forget it. So that forgetfulness also is there, and that gives me further pain. Bhangaha swatah adhikena tiraskaraha. And in spite of having studied, when I find that there is someone who knows more than me, then again there is pain. Why? That fellow will look down upon me. Oh, you don't even know this much. When I make a mistake in grammar, when I make a mistake in something, people always smile, look at me, laugh at me, and thus there is an insult happening because even though I have studied, there are people who have studied more than me, and therefore there is a sense of humiliation there, which also gives me pain. How knowledge can give you pain? It's interesting, isn't it? Before the knowledge, of course, there is pain, because there is no knowledge. But the process of gaining knowledge involves exertion, and when I forget what you have learned, then also there is pain. And after having learned also, when I come across people who learn more than me, again there is this pain of humiliation. And suppose I come in contact with people who learn less than me, then what? Garvaha. Nyuna darshanena swadhikya buddhi. And when I am in company of those who have less knowledge than I have, then also there is pain of the nature of garva, or that pride or arrogance. Nyuna darshanena swadhikya buddhi. When I see someone less than me, then I feel that I am something. And that also is a kind of pain, understand? Etaihi karanaihi shokitvam. That's the reason why there is shoka. So in spite of all this study, if we do not get, in spite of study of all the scriptures, if we do not get the purport of the scriptures, then there is pain and pain. Before the study also was pain, the process of study also pain, and after study also the pain. That's the reason why Sage Narada also was grieving in spite of all this knowledge. Okay, we'll continue tomorrow. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ।